I got a neighbor, rest in peace. She used to always say, if it ain't white, it ain't right. We'll get into
Black
that.
queens forever, no bunnies never.
Hey, what's good? What's good, y'all? Welcome back to episode 3 of the Faith, the Fear podcast. I'm your host, CJ Robinson, but we have a familiar guest here with us.
Good with it.
Yes, sir. We got JC, a.k.a. the one they call JC, a.k.a. Stay Low Key Firing, man.
For sure.
And also, your new co-host.
What's good with y'all?
Thank you for joining me again,
happy
bro.
Happy to be here, bro. Happy to be here.
Absolutely, man. So what's up? How your day going? How the week going, man?
Man, so I'm big on using feeling words. You feel me? So,
okay. Tell me more about that.
You know what I'm saying? When a lot of times when men get asked like, "How are you doing?" or "What's been going on?" we don't say, "I'm cool, I'm straight."
Right.
So I'm gonna use a feeling word. I am or I have been. I've been focused.
Okay, yeah.
I've been focused and a little overwhelmed.
But
one of those.
Can overwhelming be good too at the same time?
I mean, emotions just emotions. You know
emotions,
what I'm saying?
It
ain't good or bad. It's just it is what it is.
Okay,
you know
I got you.
What about you?
I mean, I guess I'm gonna take that from you, man. Out the feeling, definitely focused because I think this is the most consistent we've been now, right? So just so y'all know, y'all will probably see, y'all will see more of us trying to focus on getting this out at least once a month, either Wednesdays or Thursdays. So be prepared for that. But yeah, man, focused, a little overwhelmed as well because life just be life, but it's cool. We woke up breathing this morning. We alive. Random question for you, bro. But I was in the whip. I got Sirius XM and Beanie Siegel. Siegel was the name that they gave me. He was like something, stay low key firing. I was like, damn, did JC get that from that? Where did you get that from?
I can't remember where I got it from exactly, man.
Okay,
but when I heard it, it was like, oh yeah, that's me.
It was from a rap?
No, man, it might have been somebody's talking on a podcast. It might have been
I feel like they probably got. I'm gonna have to send you that, bro.
Did,
yeah, because I'm like, man, this nigga JC be coming up with the best usernames, bro.
For sure.
Stay low key firing.
That's kind of my personality.
Yeah, man, absolutely, bro. Yeah, that's like it's almost like what, just stay focused for real.
Yeah, yep. You know what I'm saying? Don't get too high, don't get too low. But you know, so just keep doing the work. Put your head down, do the work.
One foot after the other.
Yep, keep firing.
Okay. All right, for sure, man. So we got a little bit of a different thing for y'all. Obviously y'all done seen some interviews on here, but we also are gonna just be conversating amongst ourselves as well, just with kind of like topics that we think make sense or things that we may have talked about amongst each other. But I got a neighbor, rest in peace. She used to always say, if it ain't white, it ain't right. We'll get into
Black
that.
queens forever, no bunnies never.
Come on, man. All right, but what I mean by that, no shade to my white people out there. I don't fuck with y'all, but what I mean by that, how I'm gonna tie into this is, I guess we'll probably title this episode, I'll call it The Delusion of Inclusion. So me and bro was talking a little bit about like personal experiences and just differences of sending your kid to like a PWI versus a HBCU. For y'all that don't know what that means, hopefully you do, but I think it's
predominantly white institution.
We go. Versus historically black college university, right? And I think that can be used between like not only universities, but also like to the high school and elementary level as well, right?
Sure.
So I know I have my personal experiences with going to, like a PWI all the way up through college. But I guess I'm going to ask you a question, bro, like, because you went to Bookville, right?
Right. For sure. 1040.
1040, come on, John R., as I like to call it. So, all right, like, being able to go to, I know, we'll start off with you, like, people try, just being from Akron, like, people try to, like, paint Bookville to be this goddamn monster on the seaside, bro. Like, what the fuck, what is the real truth about Bookville, bro? Like, what was your experience?
It's all true. It's all true.
You know okay,
all right. It's the good and the bad in it. You know what I'm saying?
As with anywhere, though.
But I feel like only the bad or mostly the bad gets broadcasted to everybody else. And I think that's just kind of also an issue with the black community in general. Like, you're going to see that in the newspaper that somebody was shot. You're not going to see that it's a group of black people giving free groceries out. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think we just got a bad rap for a couple individuals here and there. Mm-hmm. But man, Booker was a family. You know what I'm saying? It's so we had each other's back. You know, we weren't perfect, just like nobody's family is.
For sure. Shout out to B-Dog 1040.
Yeah, right. Right.
D.
Yeah. We were real close knit. You know what I'm saying? I had the time of my life at Booker. You know
I'm sure, bro.
Yeah, so it was a good experience for me.
Would you do it again?
Yeah, man. It's funny because I don't know if everybody would say that about their high school. You know what I'm saying? But if I had the chance to go to a St. V, no shade, you know what I'm saying, college somewhere else like that, I would still choose Booker.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure because it primes you, you know, like, I guess that's almost with anything in life, bro. Like, it primes you, whether good or bad, to become the person you is today. And you still, like, locked in with all of the people that you know.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, period and in general. Like,
for sure.
And I mean, I guess I could say the same, you know, kind of about my experience. I'll give y'all a little bit of background with me, but me and my siblings, we was going to Catholic school like the whole time. I went to St. Mary's Elementary from like kindergarten to fourth grade. Then we went to a school named Annunciation St. John's from 5th grade to 6th grade, and that school closed down. I say this to say, like, even while those were Catholic schools, they still had a big ass diversity in them, right? Okay. Like, so it's like split half and half. So like, obviously I had, you know, white friends, white classmates. However, I still had a lot of black classmates.
Culturally, how were they though? You know what I'm saying? Like,
culturally, they was cool. Like, you know, so like, honestly, like, we don't start to get like the heavy culture put on us until I think we start getting up in age. Realistically, I think everybody still had their innocence, and like, we just was all aimlessly running around. Like,
so let me ask this: was the demographic of black kids that were there, were they affluent? Were they living in poverty?
I think it was a mix, bro.
Okay,
you probably had a mix realistically, because I know there was like, and then shit, like, I wouldn't call myself affluent. You feel me? Like, we was Section 8. Yeah, sure. You know, realistically, man. So like, but we wasn't missing meals and shit. But like, we still definitely was Section 8 coming up. Mm-hmm. However, when I come to like that school closed down, the only reason we stopped going there, so I said, Mom, you might as well send me to Woodridge, whatever, right? So like 7th grade to graduation, graduated from Woodridge, but when I get there, it's like a complete culture shock for me. I know I told you this in the past, but like this was the first time I ever sat in a class and I was the only black student in there. And like, for me to have that like lucidity come across me, like at the age of 12, and it's kind of like a glass broke, and I just kind of like look around like straight hair everywhere, nigga, not a curl in sight, nigga. Where y'all got me at, bro? Like,
the room starts spinning.
I'm scared, bro. Mr. Krabs meme real quick. So it was like a nigga got scared. I'm sweating a little bit. I'm like, damn, man, like, you know. And obviously, I told you, like, obviously, I already had white friends around me, but prior to that, however, it's different now. It's like you on some. Now you around more affluent white kids, right? And these kids have already known each other. One thing you will learn, or you may or may not know about like people that go to better off schools, is like they've been to each other.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers didn't come up. Yeah, same school since kindergarten, literally. And they friends.
Play sports in the same neighborhood and everything.
They parents is friends. They throw graduation party and birthday parties and all that shit together. So it's like, man, you start to become an outlier. And then it's just like at the same time, you know, like there's going to be cultural differences, right? So like fast forward a little bit, I remember like going to like maybe like my first football game freshman year. Like I'm South Pole down, you know, big hoodie,
fresh,
big jeans, fresh as hell, do-rag tied with the ponytail on it type shit. Had the 6-ring Jordans on. I'm clean as hell, man, you know. And it was funny because like, I remember this one chick, she was a grade older than me. It's like, damn, girls, is that CJ? I'm like, ha, like, you know, I was just listening. And then, boom, white dude in my grade, he has the exact opposite. Who's that? Is that CJ? He thinks he's a gangster or something. And I'm like, damn, is that what y'all think about me? Like, furthest nigga from that. Like, I'm the first thing from it.
But based off how you were dressed.
Off of how I was dressed, man. You know, so like, we'll get more into that later, man. But
let me stop you. What was your feeling right then?
My feelings, bro. I don't even know. I don't even know if I could put a finger, if I could pinpoint the feeling at that time, because at one point I was elated because the shorty just complimented me, right? Talking about, oh girl, I can't believe that's CJ. And then boom, he thinks he's a gangster. And then like, you know, shit, like all of us, we got our parents in our ears. So, you know, shit, my mom is always the type of person, you gonna learn how to mingle between corporate America, this, that, and the third. So I'm like, shit, they got a label on me now.
Yeah, like, I can't be a
gangster.
Yeah,
like,
not here.
Damn, man, is that what y'all really think about me? And it's like, fuck, bro. Like, I don't know. I just kind of sat with that thought, like, because I'm not no gangster. Like, you know, so it kind of just like, I guess I felt defeated a little bit. For sure, bro.
It's
if I can answer you.
Being a gangster was low-key celebrated at Book. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
like,
bro.
Yeah, like,
real shit. Yeah. Elaborate on that.
I mean,
is it the dress or is it the action?
The dress ain't really matter. It was more so the action. Like it was a respect thing that came with it. You know what I'm saying?
How could you be a gangster that young? What is the steps?
Bro, I can remember my freshman year. I walked into the gym. You know, you got gym during lunchtime or whatever, and it's a I ain't gonna say no names, but it's somebody in there on crutches. And I asked him like, damn, what happened to you? I got shot.
Damn.
And I'm a freshman, so it's like
he upper class.
Yeah, probably like 2 years or something like that. But it was gangster shit going on.
Real shit,
you know what I'm saying? Or like in the school, around the school. I call Book. It wasn't really a high school, bro. It was a community center. It's not what they know now. Like all the
COC,
all the cameras, all locked doors. Like we had people that really didn't go to our school, just lived in the hood, that come in through our side door and just be in the hallways with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I remember I had a home ec class. We had a sub. He probably like 7 years old, bro, white man. And I come into the class and he like literally is leaking like blood, and he's still trying to pass out worksheets. So I asked him like, "What's happening?" Like, man, so and so just came in here and socked him. A sub, bro, and the person that socked him didn't go to the school. He was just in the school. So it's like those are the stories they hear about Book. But like I said, it's both ends. Like we also had people that were scholars. You know what I'm saying? That went on to get their PhD. In the same school that we got people that's doing life in prison. You know what I'm saying? So I think Book like mold the best out of the best for real, one way or another. But
adversity makes that happen.
Yeah, for sure. I think I seen a study where they were trying to study like grit. Like what is it that allows like black youth like to overcome so much and keep going? And it's like because they face so much adversity early. And like with the right supports they can keep going. But like you need grit. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of my grit came from going to Book. You know what I'm saying? So
shout out to it, bro. I mean, so like I know just looking up information, man, like that leads me to say that's kind of wild, because like I don't think that same situation would have happened, or that same teacher would have got socked if Book had better funding, right? So like looking into that, right? Like, all right, like we got all these systemic things that happen against, you know, black people, whether it's like redlining to where you can't buy, you know, in a neighborhood outside of this, or even like you might hear from your elders, like it was a lot of white people that stayed on the west side, whatever year, like let's call it like 1950, and then you got white flight. When too many black families start moving into
used to be an all-white high school.
Exactly, bro. Right? You know, so it's just like, okay, like, why is this the circumstance? And then it's like, damn, you telling me about, I don't know if you ever seen that movie, Morgan Freeman.
Lean on Me.
Lean on Me. Yep. There it is, bro. Yep. And then that was the same type of shit with that movie.
What city? Was that Jersey that they were in?
I don't know if it was Baltimore, Jersey, one of them like rougher areas for real. But it's just like, man, bro, like, you know, same type of shit. They had people just from the neighborhood selling drugs and shit, you know. And, like, y'all might hear this and be like, damn, well, what's the big point? Like, what's the issue? Like, why would it be a bad thing? Who the fuck would want to go? That's not the problem. The problem is like there's no diversity, right? There's either there's two extremes. There should never be like a too extreme thing, right?
It's the education gap, the
exactly,
educational
bro.
attainment gap.
Exactly, bro.
And it's by design. It's not it's not just cause I'm black. You know what I'm
Come
saying?
on, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Realistically.
So you were saying like, would that happen if Bookto had more funds, if it wasn't so underfunded, right?
Right.
And when I was looking into this, they were saying like you can't separate. It's not just as simple as the school having more funding, right? Because how well somebody does in school starts well before they even get to the school.
Come on, yeah.
Do they have enough food at home? Do they have a home?
Right.
Are the utilities on?
Right.
Or is it consistent? You know what I'm saying? Is somebody in prison? Did dad go to prison?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of other things where it's all tied in, right? So school funding is huge. Like that definitely can improve outcomes, right? But you gotta approach it holistically. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can give the cluster as much money as you want. If people are still getting shot 2 blocks over, you know what I'm saying? Or if they still, it's one parent households everywhere, like it's still gonna be a gap.
Nah, that ass. For sure. It's crazy because now that you just said that, bro, like I don't even remember what the dude's name is. I think he's under the current administration's cabinet at this point, but I believe Donald Trump has somebody appointed that what is it what they said? Like he graduated with like a history major into
he studied black people.
Man,
and he found that the matriarch at work, man,
was like the head of the family. He's trying to learn how to dismantle that basically.
So he studied this so he could destroy us.
Destroy us from the inside type
and
shit.
They did the study showed that the matriarch is what keeps the black family
keeps the
going.
black family together.
Yeah. And even that is, it is that way by design also. You ever heard of the Willie Lynch letter?
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
Right, so where they purposely put the black man behind the black woman by doing a whole bunch of different things.
Buck breaking them, making them docile, all of that.
Yep, and then like fast forward, you can't get certain benefits
if you got a man living
in the house. Like so, it's
they
like
got the Section 8 inspections and all of that.
It's like black women. I think they lead. I want to say the whole country in like educational attainment.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's not taking anything away from them. Like, you know, they doing their thing, but also that's also a part of the design. Like, you get what I'm saying? It was to put the black woman above the black man to the point where you kind of don't need us, or you feel like you don't need it.
Now we got this constant divisiveness.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why we keep having these tired ass conversations. Y'all niggas hop on these microphones every motherfucking week. Oh my God, the black woman, shut up, bro.
Yeah. Talk about yourself,
man. For real, do that deep work,
some
man.
Self-reflection,
for sure.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
God damn, y'all mental spirit niggas, bro. Come on, man. My bad, not to cut you off. Bro.
So yeah, but dude studied us, and I think that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it is crazy, bro. Sure. Realistically, because it's like, man, this shit. I don't want to get like too nihilistic and just act hopeless or nothing like, but it's just like, man, y'all got this damn playbook down to a T, bro. It's like we're gonna infiltrate on this level, right? And it's like, man, because I even was just shout out to this dude. It's this dude named Johnny Harris. He's a journalist, one of my favorites, but he was breaking down like how the FBI and CIA like infiltrated like Martin Luther King basically. So like they was trying to like tie him in with during this time, J. Edgar Hoover was the head of the FBI or whatever the case is. And like, this is during like the Red Scare and everything, right? We had like a lot of tensions with communism and the influence of communism, which is not inherently bad either. Right. But he was like, man, we got to tie MLK somehow we got to tie this dude in with like a communist agenda. So he started having like his conversations be tapped and shit, this, that, and the third. And, one of his like subordinates come back and like, hey man, we can't find shit. We can't find shit about no communism. Like, fuck you mean you can't find no communism? You better get some communism in there, bro. So like, he said they get the most elaborate like just wiretaps that they ever can on this dude, and they didn't find no communist shit. But what they did find was like, oh, we gotta kill him from a moral standpoint. So like, he ain't doing no communism, but he is cracking prostitutes. Yeah. Like, and they white. Yeah. Like, and he's like, y'all discrediting. Discredit them and everything. And I'm like, if that's the most y'all could have came up with, like, y'all are ass, bro. Yeah. Like, y'all grasping at straws. And they even went to the furthest point to, I guess, when they were trying to make his birthday, a holiday, they didn't want that to happen either. But luckily, it got passed, right? So it's just like, bro, crazy as hell.
So speaking of MLK, like this, our conversation today just made me think of that quote he said, where he said he felt like, or he believed that he integrated his people into a burning
house. Yeah, right.
Sometimes I think that's how. That's the same thing when we send our black kids to PWIs, whether it's college, high school, elementary school, depending on the situation.
Yeah. Outliers, obviously.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But I think it could be detrimental to them for real.
Which brings me to our next point, man. Like the first example, shout out to Ruby Bridges, who is still alive. Yeah. And you see that famous picture of her at the age of 6, I think it was 1960. Or 63, one of them years. But her having to be escorted, and I know she was the only kid at that time, but her having to be escorted from the fucking National Guard with fucking rifles.
Yeah.
To go, and while people will sit around and berate, like 2468, we will not integrate type shit.
Think about the foundation she had at home, bro, to be able to like
withstand that
and then still walk into the building. Like she ain't
at
break.
6.
You get what I'm saying?
She didn't break,
bro. That's crazy.
It's wild, bro. Yeah. But then again, like, I know you wouldn't send your son.
Well, see,
like, would you if he's the first?
I would like to say I would.
Okay,
I had a
elaborate, please.
So I have a son now, but like years ago, I was having a conversation with one of my aunts. And, they always joke about, like, when I was going to have my first kid. And she's like, but you don't want a son, right? I'm like, why you say that? I do want a son. She's like, but it's so dangerous out here for him. And I'm like, it started at home. So
right,
you can't allow fear to dictate your life.
Yes,
right.
I'm
going to say, I look at my son, and he's going to be one of the people that change certain things that's going on. Like,
come on, yeah.
So he's going to be different from the status quo. But it was interesting because, like, the fear, like, she was like dead set on like we shouldn't have more male kids, and it's like
that's crazy.
How do you think we're gonna progress or get back? Like we need them. Like what I'm saying.
Where did you even get that from?
Yeah. So it's like, well, we know her.
Right. Yeah.
Her own trauma. Like she probably had brothers that got killed or sent to prison or nephews. You know what I'm saying? It's understandable, right? But it's all about that perspective. So I would feel like. I would send my son to I would send him
to be the first.
Yeah, to be the first.
Okay, so like my thing is like how we just let's say he's the first, because I don't want to challenge, but like I want to just give a few examples, right? So like I know like I threw something in the chat, like we got something called the Crown Act too, right? Mm-hmm. Now, so like they had to, and this is not in every state, but they had to pass the Crown Act so that we couldn't be discriminated against for our natural hair, whether it be locks, plaits, braids, whatever the case may be. So like they don't got no Crown Act at this point in time. Your self-esteem and your image is being beat down, but at the same time, you just said you got to imagine what type of foundation he had at the house, because if you got a strong foundation, I guess you really can't be torn down per se.
It's harder.
It's harder to tear you down. Mm-hmm. Not impossible, but harder. Mm-hmm. For sure. But it's just like, all right, like if you got this against you, already going, and then shit, I don't remember what year that was, but like sent you the thing, like the teacher, which is trippy to me. Yeah, like I'm genuinely curious as to how this could have happened. So basically what happened is this young black boy had a haircut with a design in it. I guess the school's policy was no distracting hair designs or something like that. Mm-hmm. And they put the weight on him to either be in detention or let me color this in with a permanent marker. And you still could see it, which was a bullshit excuse in my opinion. So, and my thing is, how do you put the onus on the child versus on the parent? Why not call home and be like, hey, we got a problem with so-and-so, like, just so you know, like we'll excuse it this time, but in the future we cannot have any distracting hair designs. It does look nice, but we can't have this in Daquan's hair.
Mental illness.
No, dead ass, bro.
That's all I can think of. Like, where something like you.
Because how could it piss you off that bad?
Like, who was it distracting?
Who was it? It distracted you.
Yeah.
Realistically.
Like, I don't know. I feel like it's a lot of other things that first the kids get distracted
easily.
Yeah. So it's like
they kids
for it to be so serious that you put a permanent marker in his head. Like you said, before even talking to his parents or anything like that, that's a hate crime.
Yeah, on God, bro.
Saying? Like it's something deeper. Like you got something deeper against whatever he is.
Yeah.
Like, and to be honest, like I'm glad they passed that act, but you know, like our hair is something. It's cultural. Like so,
yes, bro.
We use it to express ourselves. So in a way, they like. Stop expressing yourself. Stop being black. Like stop, like you know what I'm saying.
God, bro.
Like align. Like you know what I'm saying.
Real shit.
Assimilate.
You want me to assimilate?
Yeah.
Like, God, bro.
For sure.
I don't even know what the law was, but there was some type of law back post slavery to where women had to wear their hair covered up in public, right? Because y'all, the white man wanted them, right? Yeah. So like, damn, y'all keep getting looks from our men and shit. Like, you can't even have your hair out in public no more because you drawing too much attention to yourself. And then we lead into the bullshit thing of like, why do we have to perform so much? I'm not saying that like, because what is this like? We got this thing about you gotta be professional. We gotta be presentable. To whose standard?
One of them, I hate this quote, but a lot of older black people share it or say it is like we have to work twice as hard and be twice as good.
Exactly.
Right? And I could see why they say it.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's how black people burn out. They
get
exhausted, feeling like
because we can't be human.
Yeah, right. Feeling like I gotta work twice as hard. I gotta be twice as good. But it's like, no, you gotta be as good as you can be. Like you know what I'm saying? It's not about because it's still you still comparing yourself. And
shit.
Now I think they also just trying to make you aware of what you gonna face. Like you gonna face
discrimination,
some hardships and stuff like that. But it's like I think we should change that. Like, bro, just be the best person you can be. Like, be as good as you can be. Be your best version of yourself, not be twice as good as them.
Nah, that ass. Just be your best version of you.
Making them the standard of what good even is. Like,
facts, bro. Literally. I know I had my bad. Go ahead.
When you were talking about the boy with the haircut, right? Mm-hmm. It made me think about in college. We got a new head coach, and it was time to take team pictures, and he didn't let anybody wear earrings. And if you know, like, of course, white people wear earrings too, but in the black community,
it's
like,
our thing.
He tried it, and I felt like it was a whitewashing thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want y'all to look a certain way. You know what I'm saying? To funders, to whoever. Like, so it was just interesting. Like,
dead ass, because this is the thing. Like, I'm not up here on this mic trying to say that, trying to paint, because I got some really. Y'all know who y'all is. I got like some really solid ass white people in my life and in my family. You know, by you know, with me saying that. However, like everybody has an implicit bias, right? Whether it's consciously or subconsciously. At the end of the day, so it's just like again, me going back to whose standard of beauty are you trying to hold yourself up to? Like, and let's say like the rules change tomorrow, and they was like, oh yeah, you know what, like. How they do with what's that quarterback's name that Taylor Swift is dating with?
Oh, he's a tight end.
I don't know.
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce. There you go. So like how they moved the goalpost on your ass in a minute. Like they tried to make it seem like Travis Kelce came up with the fucking fade, right? The fade, bro. Are you shitting me? So like if they said tomorrow, like, ooh man, if Taylor Swift started wearing a bonnet tomorrow, right?
It would be the thing.
It would be the thing. Yeah, it would be and she was wearing a bonnet at the airport. Yeah. Y'all wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, this ghetto ass bitch. Y'all be like, oh my God, Taylor, she's so quirky.
They would call it something else.
It would call it something else.
It wouldn't be called bonnet no more.
It wouldn't even be a bonnet. It would be something that was like, oh, it looks kind of shower capish. Like whatever the fuck it is. Yeah. My thing is like they can change the level of standard on your ass at any time. So it's like, do the best you want. Do the best up to, like bro just said, do the best up to your standard, man. And shit, I even quote my nigga Malcolm X, who taught you how to hate your nose, how to hate your lips, man. Yeah. You know, at the end of the day, bro, because it's just like, man, we don't get into these like self-esteem things. And then even going back to moving the goalposts, right? Mm-hmm. Look at Kim K. Wanted a fat ass. When it's not popular to have a fat ass no more, now she don't got it no more, right? Because it's like, all right, like these beauty standards have now shifted. Now I'm gonna shift myself along with the popular beauty standard. So it's just like, bro, do what the fuck is. I ain't gonna say comfortable to you,
right?
But like, do what you will with this information. I don't know. I don't even know how to articulate on this. It just don't let people sway you into thinking that you're not beautiful, because at the end of the day, you are beautiful with what you equipped with. What God told you are. The rest in peace. I don't even know what year this was, but Sarah Bartum, I think her name was. She was the African woman. They got her on display, I believe, till this day, right? Because she had a fat ass, a fat posterior, right? And this wasn't a Eurocentric standard, and they were so enamored by looking at her behind, like, oh my gosh, how did it get like this? We know this is in the genetics, and you know they still got her on a fucking display to this day, right? So it's like, don't let somebody tell you what you is and what you ain't, man. At the end of the day, like, just be you, man. Wanted to ask you a question, going back to kind of school experiences. So like, you went to a PWI for college. Now, what was that shift like for you, bro?
So it was definitely a somewhat of a culture shock. Like we had black students, of course, but if you were black and you were there, you were most likely on a sports team, where it was basketball, football, cheerleading, something like that, right? But it was a lot of like, it was covert and some overt racism. Like I can think of, all right, so I'm gonna tell on myself. All right, so my senior year, going into my senior year, I'm the captain of the football team. But during that,
shout out to it, bro.
Thank you. During that off season, right? I break into a dorm with one of my teammates, and we steal some stuff out of the dorm. We end up getting caught for it, right? And it's not neither here, but because we were good, you know, they kind of stopped us on the wrist. But when we go to meet with the dean of students, and the first thing he says, or one of the first things he says, is that I know you guys probably get clout or respect back where you're from for doing stuff like this. And in the moment, like, I'm just glad I ain't getting kicked out of school. So right. It don't really like register, hit me. Yeah, it don't register, right? Not really until maybe a year or two later when I'm out of school, where it's like, the fuck you mean? Like, no, actually, I don't want anybody to know I did this. Exactly. Like, you get what I'm saying? Right. Like, no, there's no respect associated with this. Yeah. It wasn't for respect. It was a need. Like, we was broke, bro. Yeah, we broke college students. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was trying to get some money. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was a need. It wasn't to be cool or anything like that. But it showed me that he's the dean of students, bro. Right. Like, he touches, like, every student in the college. Like, so it's like, if this is your idea of black people, like well, you shouldn't even be in this position, bro. If you have black students, like, I don't get it. And I wish I had known what I know now back then, because I would have pressed that issue. Like, yeah, I'm in trouble. I did something I wasn't supposed to do, but you might be ruining people's lives for real. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Shit. So that was something that was kind of in my face. We had somebody spray paint nigger on a side of a house before. It was like one of those things, like, and to be honest, I assimilated to a certain point.
Oh, like, same, bro.
I still hung with, you know, my black teammates and stuff like that, but I also hung with my white teammates, and I knew that to get treated a certain way,
you had to.
Yeah, yep. Yeah. But I didn't have to. You get what I'm saying? I didn't know that back then. Like, I felt like I had to, because some people didn't, and they was cool. Like, so I wish I had that foundation where I would have stayed true to that. So it was a lot that went on, even to the point where so say you got hurt on the football field, and I've seen this. Like, you know, I was very observant. If it was a white player, he gonna get the full like check down. Like, so he gonna get an MRI. They gonna send him to a specialist. They gonna get a second opinion. If it's a black player, ice and stem. Like, you get what I'm saying? It ain't like,
check that shit off.
It's like what they said with Bowie Miles, that nigga ain't gonna break. Like, that type thing. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? Throw a brace on it. You good. Yeah. I had what I thought was I sprained my MCL at one point in time. And like maybe a year and a half later, it was still bothering me. And when I was talking to, it was my track coach from Bookville, he was still training me for football. He was like, if that's still bothering you, it wasn't a sprain. Like, so in all actuality, I probably tore it. Yeah. Yep, and probably something else. But they never even said anything about an MRI. You know what I'm saying? Slapped the brace on me.
Implicit bias.
Yeah, you get
right.
what I'm saying?
Come
like,
on.
so
right.
it was stuff that goes on like that I didn't realize until now. But yeah.
Man, so to hold that thought, bro, you just made me think of something. I got a homie / client that I know he started Woodridge like a year before me. And culturally, like, black people and white people played very different. So, like, he was telling me when he started the school year there, he had a friend that he knew from the West that was already going to school there, but had already been going to Woodridge for, let's call it, like, maybe 3+ years since this point. So we know that, like, white kids are kind of like frattish, you know, frat boys with the way that they play. So, like, his friend that went to Woodridge already, like, was assimilated into the way that white kids play. So he ran up on them, and I guess they was, I don't know, like, protect the family jewels, but he nut tapped them, basically. We don't touch each other's private parts. Like, that's not like a black thing, you feel me? Because it's like, hey, bro, like, shit, my mama told me coming up, don't let nobody touch your shit. Like, you know, so that's an off-limits thing. All right, so however, his first week of school, this friend that he knew from back in the day runs up, hit him in the nuts, and runs off, you know, think it's hilarious. He's like, nigga, what the fuck? So he, like, really running after him, trying to chase him down, beat his ass, whatever the case is. And the kid that tapped him in the nuts was, like, a star player on the football team, just in middle school already, right? So the superintendent or principal at the time yoke up my homie. He like, what are you trying to do to our star player? And my homie just happened to have one of them little rubber wristbands on, you know, and it was blue. Like, what do you got on your wrist? What does this mean? You're a Crip?
Man.
What the fuck are you talking about? And he's 6th or 7th grade?
Watch a movie and listen to a rap song. And
that's what I mean. Like, and he's a 6th or 7th grade, and you put this on me already that I'm gangbanging, bro. Get the fuck. But this is what I'm saying. This is who, you know, some of the shit we had to deal with. Yeah. Right. So it's like, even going into that, man. Like, you know, I don't know if you like super familiar with this, because I know you was a college athlete and everything, but obviously, like, man, going through that, they look at you for what you're useful for too, right?
Bro, so, I haven't, after I graduated, I haven't heard from a college coach since.
Come on, right?
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. They was my best friend. And not to make it about me again.
No,
but
you
even when I got in that trouble, right? The only reason I didn't get kicked out of school was because I was a star football player. You know what I'm saying? You needed me. I was useful. If that wasn't the case, it wouldn't even have been a question.
Come on, bro.
But I haven't. No coaches reached out after to check on you to see if you was cool. Did you find a job? Nothing, none of that. So you definitely a number for sure.
Come on, bro. Like, and even to that point, like, I don't know if this is the same your same experience. I'm sure a little bit, because y'all got, like, they got, I don't know, the little jock kick archetype in movies, right? But like, if you a jock at a overall white school and you're black and you fire, man, they on your dick. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. Like, it don't mean like you can play sports, but yeah, you really got to be fired, right? Yeah. So it's like, if you really one of them ones, you know, at a PWI high school or middle school, they're gonna be on you for like, oh, this is our star player. You looked at, I'm not black, I'm OJ. Yeah, literally.
Right. Like, but then come that one part.
Yeah. Okay. Nah, for real.
That okay came for me. Like,
that okay came for somebody else I know too, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna necessarily per se tell the story, but this dude had full rights. Something happened, and then it was like, okay, we on your ass now.
Nigga to a certain point.
Dead ass, bro. And even to this, like, I remember. It was a chick throwing a party in high school. I wasn't even invited to this, but like, I know it was crazy because some of them super popular kids that was like superstar athletes were invited. Like, no, weren't invited either. They was only allowed to have one in the party. They all knocked on the door and like, they were like, oh, sorry, like, it's invite only. And then it was one of them in there and they're like, yeah, he's only allowed, and close the fucking door. Like, and I'm like, damn.
So we only had one black fraternity. I think it was the Alphas. Everything else was, man, we had unlimited white fraternities. But one thing they would do.
What college was this?
It's Moorhead State. It's down in Eastern Kentucky, and if you know anything about Eastern Kentucky, it come with that.
Okay,
like, you know what I'm saying. So, and I didn't know this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think my parents even knew that. Like, we was just happy that I was going to school.
Yeah.
But they would have frat parties, and it got to a point where they would say, "No football players allowed." But if you know anything about the football team,
right, it's all black.
Yeah, it's mostly. I mean, we had a lot of white players too, but it would still be certain football players,
right, in
the party still. Like, yeah. Not if you dress like that or you talk like that or you do that. Like, not you. But he's cool. Like, he talks like us.
Exactly.
He dresses like us. Right.
Exactly.
I think because I could articulate myself, that gave me a pass to
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, in a certain way. So So I definitely experienced it, bro. One more story about the PWI. I know. I had wrote a paper, and the professor ended up asking like to keep it as a model for like going forward to show other students like this how this is a great paper. But before she did that, she went to another one of my professors that had me already and asked, was I capable of writing this paper?
So crazy.
It's wild. It's
so
bro.
wild. And you were a whole grown man in college.
It's wild. You know what I'm saying? So it just gave like that shit's real.
How did you find that out? That she went?
Told me.
She told you.
That's the other thing. When they even when the dean of students said that they blind to it. Like you don't even see that's an issue.
Nah,
you know
which is crazy, bro.
Right. So
and I'm sure she was a cool teacher.
She was.
Exactly.
I don't even. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's like you can be as cool as you want.
Right.
Those blind spots can still harm people. Like literally. You know what I'm saying? So
to your point, my bad. Go ahead.
She said it like a joke. Like I had to ask.
Nah, bro.
Were you capable? Did you do this? Like,
bro, because it's crazy. Because like, man, I had some super fire white teachers that I still fuck with to this day. I got some of them as like
shout out Miss Pullikins. Everybody gonna know who that is.
Shout out to her, man. Like, like I got some of them as my friends on Facebook. This, that, and the third, right? And like that's why I said, man. Sometimes it can be like implicit bias for real. Because it's like I know some of the leeway that y'all gave me, y'all might have not afforded other students, and then even to that point, man, like that's how I know it's like disparaging, like and everything damn near, because like shout out to my dude Mr. Callahan, like that was my one and only black male teacher I've ever had in life. I
think I only had one too.
Right, and this is a light skinned cat, right? And he started the same year that I started Woodridge, and I remember it being like it was vivid because we going into like Obama being elected for president, and like I remember just being happy about it. And some of the teachers that I really fucked with, they weren't happy. But then at the same time, like I know I don't know if he I don't know if he did or didn't. So don't kill me, sir. But I feel like he probably voted for him or something like that, whatever the case is. But I know like the looks he was getting and like the whispers that I was hearing around, like they just was angry about that. And I'm like, damn, bro, like. And I can only imagine his experience,
enemy line.
Come
by
on,
yourself,
bro, like by yourself, man. So it's just like, man, like I'm just like, man, it's just so many different layers to this, man.
I want to shout out a couple teachers just because you said that. I didn't only have one black teacher. I had Mr. Stewart in elementary school, black male teacher. Mr. Landry, shout out him, and Mr. Jeffries. Like, forgive me if I'm missing anybody, but I didn't realize until I was an adult, like. They really legends, like you get what I'm saying. Yeah. And I gave Mr. Jeffries a hard time, so I want to apologize. But like that was huge for us, like to see black men in that space, like what I'm saying, teaching us.
For
like,
sure, bro.
And it wasn't common, like just the fact that they dedicated their lives to that, like that's what's up.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to all of y'all, man. Yeah. Shit. Hey, and even I know y'all not black, but some of my favorite teachers. Shout out Miss Ansel. Shout out to Miss Thompson, man. Y'all forever be cool with me, man. Sure. Absolutely, man. So this moves me to kind of my next point. Like since we talking about being in the right area, but how do you feel about keeping the right people around you? Right. So like, I know we didn't see a little bit of Adrian Broner is on his in his streaming bag right now. Shout out to bro. But man, it seemed like every 6 to 12 business months, I see Adrian Brunner on a a teeter-totter, right? Like, and he looked like he getting in the best shape, and then he about to get ready for a fight, and then he picking up the bottle.
I was about to say, I think the alcohol is a huge part of that.
Okay,
for sure.
So, like, do you feel like it's important? I feel like it is, but like, I feel like you feel like it's because you don't got the right people around him, or is it a personal thing?
That's tough. I used to be a chemical dependency counselor assistant, like, so I got to learn a lot about addiction. And one thing I do know is it's called stages of change. If he doesn't think he has a problem or even thought about it being a problem, it's not gonna matter who's around him, right?
Shit, okay.
And at this point, it's kind of like, it's called harm reduction. We just want to make sure you don't kill yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't drink to the point where you're not alive no more. But we can't. It's nothing we can do to make you stop unless you make that decision. You know what I'm saying? So I did see Mike Epps actually said something to him, like, bro, you need to, you know what I'm saying? You need to chill out. For sure. I don't think I can't speak for like his situation, but we don't see him publicly get that a lot. Yeah, like, facts. Wasn't he tight with Floyd at one point?
He was under Floyd's camp, I believe. So it's like,
I don't ever see, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying he didn't try. He might have tried and just was like, it ain't working. Yeah. But I feel like, bro, I've also been close with people or had family members that were addicted to something. Yeah. And it's like, I can't judge nobody that's around them. Yeah. It's a type shit. Real shit. They not the.
That's a great point.
Yeah, it's a totally different. It's different, bro. It's different,
okay,
for sure.
So, like, let me ask you this, because, like, going back to book deal and shit, bro. Like, I'm sure, like, what do you think the difference was between you versus a homie that might have, like, went down a different path and might be locked up, might be dead, might be something else, bro? Because
I'm a big advocate for reading, for learning how to read. Yeah. Like, it was like, it's called the school to prison pipeline.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro, for sure.
Where they base the number of prisons like they need to build off the third grade reading level. If like to see how many students, like black male students, are reading that grade level by the third grade.
Wow.
So like I think that was a huge part of. It's not the only reason, right?
Yeah,
but I know that's a huge reason why I was able to succeed in school is because
he was good at reading. Yeah, I could read. Same, bro.
So my
which is wild to think of because
it's simple.
It feels like breathing air. It's
not that easy for a lot of people, bro. That's what's so crazy. So my grandmother was a special education teacher. So when you went to her house, you were only doing like educational things, like type shit. Even her games were flashcards or number crunchers or. Couldn't watch Nickelodeon. You had to watch Discovery Channel or
PBS,
Animal Planet.
Right.
Like sometimes not even PBS. Right. Like Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, something like that.
Right.
So that's where like my reading was like.
That's tough.
Yeah, like that. It was instilled in me.
Yeah.
And I think that's a huge reason why I was able to navigate it and not go certain ways, because if you think about it, and it's for anybody, especially when you're young, if something is hard, I'm probably going to gravitate towards what's easy. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
And because school was easy to me, because I learned how to read, you know what I'm saying? All right, I'm gonna do this shit because
dead ass.
I ain't really asking too much of me. But for the same person the other person it's hard. Like they really are struggling to read. They're embarrassed to ask for help, or they don't have a grandmother at home that's like instilling certain things into them or practicing with them. Like it's easier to go.
Yeah. The other way.
Yeah, it's easier. Like, you know,
that's a good point.
And it's some respect and some girls and some money that come over here too. So I think that's a huge part of it. It's like how prepared they are for school. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's facts, bro. I'll tell on myself a little bit. I'm not even ashamed. I have ADHD, neurodivergent here. I did have an IEP when it came to like my math and English at first, but I know I ended up pulling myself out of it. Like for English, because it's like I read phenomenally, bro. Like I've been reading phenomenally since like first, second grade for real. I don't know where that came from. I just know I liked reading for real.
Yeah.
Realistically, but I remember.
Did anybody ever read to you as a kid?
Maybe, but like I don't necessarily per se remember for real. Like I used to be like real dope with spelling, and all of that. So like it was just like, all right, cool. And then I loved animals. I loved learning this, that, and the third. But I just remember being nervous about it because like I'm like, damn, you had this IEP for damn near your whole life, CJ. Like, and I'm like, but I don't feel like I need it for English no more. So like I ended up doing it by myself, having a guidance counselor meeting. Telling her I was like, I want to be in regular English.
Advocating for yourself,
you know, real shit, dope. Bro. And I was like, she
that
was
came
like,
from somewhere, bro.
Yeah, bro. I just was ready. I was like, this is a bullshit. I was like, I want to be in regular English. She's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, for real. So I threw in there, and I was fine, bro. Like I was perfectly fine for real. Like, in any shortcoming that I ever had, like when it came to school, I could pinpoint to me realistically, right? Like, so like. Whether it wasn't like just studying enough or like if I wanted the bullshit and I'll tell on myself, you know, real quick. But like I remember like probably like my junior year of high school, man, like hanging around with just the homies and shit, we getting turned up, you know, before school or whatever the case is, right? And like I'm already in regular English at this point, so like I had a English teacher that was super cool. He was a high school football coach, you know, and he gave me till like 2 weeks after school was out to turn in this one paper, bro. It was like a little packet. I knew where it was. I had it in my hand. I said, man, fuck that, bro. I ain't trying to do no homework over summer. I just take the shit. I just retake the class, you know, next year, bro. Right? So it's just like, man, doom. Now all of this shit wear off. I'm a senior now with a junior and senior English. I said, damn, nigga, you stupid as shit, bro. Why did you do this? But I'm like, it started settling in. So I'm like, man, bro. But yeah, man, like I don't even know where we was going with that. But that did lead me to something else. I guess we'll circle back to this. I remember reading an autobiography of Malcolm X like in 2019. And like he had this part that stood out to me because before he was Malcolm X, he was Malcolm Little. But his teacher, when he was in class, asked him, Malcolm, what do you have aspirations to be when you become older? And he told the teacher that I want to be a lawyer. And they were like, how about you basically switch it up because like that's not a suitable job for a Negro. Like that's a Negro has a more of a menial job, like a carpenter, you know, or a janitor. Like you should think more so to that, right? And I say this to say like, it's very important to make sure that you pour life and love and self-respect. And like you said, it starts at the house into your child because you never fucking know who they gonna end up around. And this is how you end up with a bunch of, my grandmama gave me a perm at the age of 6. And this is, laughing but serious. Like, and this is why, you know, you come up with, because I done seen hella friends, female friends and family members where y'all done went to school and y'all gotta had a super straight hair and y'all hair not made for, y'all don't got the heat serums at this time. Y'all done burnt the shit out of y'all bangs. Y'all don't got edges no more because you trying to flat iron your hair every day. Because there ain't no love there because you feel like the natural hair movement is not even thought about at this point in time yet. And you're trying to like be as close as likeness to white as possible. So it's like, man, it really started at the crib, bro.
So I want to piggyback off of that because you know how we were talking about like the foundation is what really makes a difference. Like for Ruby, like when she went like her foundation, she had to know her parents already told her who she was and what she was capable of. Right. So when she got there and she was faced with something that said other than, she already had information to say like, no, my people said this, like I already know this.
Right.
So sometimes when we're not doing that at home and they get to school or they get somewhere else and they are hit with that doubt or telling them to lower their expectations or something like that, they don't even have nothing to combat it with. They can't challenge that thinking because it's like, all right, you said that. You said shit, that's all true. I know. Yeah, exactly.
And if you told me not to disrespect elders, man, and this is an older person telling me,
that's a huge part of our culture too. Yeah, for sure. So it's like it's a thing, man. It's a thing. I always tell my son like you can do hard things.
Yeah,
I'm not saying like I'll never tell him it's easier. It's like, but you say I can't. You can do hard things.
I gotta tell myself that to this day sometimes, bro.
Yep.
I don't like we have limiting beliefs sometimes, and like. That's why, you know, like you said, I do think it's really important to instill that at a young age because it's just like, man, if you was told some like false shit as a child, like you'll carry that into your adulthood, bro. Like, and I had to really not psych myself out, but like hype myself up because
you learn yourself or reteach yourself.
Yeah, for sure, bro. 1,000%. And bro, like that even not to make it too much about me, and I know I could have did it if I wanted to, but like
it's our podcast, bro.
Nah, for sure. Come on, bro. Like, but it's just like, all right, man. Like I remember I whole switched a dentist because I was like, bro, you a bitch ass nigga. Like, bro, I had this dentist, Italian cat, Romito. Like, and he was cool, but I remember like being like 6, maybe 7 years old, and same shit, Malcolm X conversation, right? Hey, Jamiron, what do you want to be when you get older? I'm like, I want to be a veterinarian. I love animals, right? So I wanted to be a veterinarian. However, I told you I already had an IEP at this time. Learning was, in my head, was hard to me. So he's like, I don't know. You know, the only veterinarian school, and if I'm telling you, if I remember this verbatim, that meaning impacted me, right? I'm 31. Sure. I'll be 32 this year. I don't know. The only veterinarian school in the whole state of Ohio is the Ohio State University, and they only let in 150 applicants every year, or 125, 150, whatever number he said. It's going to be a very hard thing to do.
Man, gave you every reason for why
but
not.
And didn't tell me, he didn't say you can't do it, but he gave me every reason, and like, I said, damn, they only let in 150 people. That's barely nothing. Like, how would I be one of those 150 or 125 people of an applicant? Like, well, I guess I better change what I want to do, right? Then that gets me to thinking about, like, I'm sure y'all done seen that clip of Venus and Serena's dad. Like, if you've seen the movie King Richard, right? Like, the reporter was like, she was about to go up against the woman. I can't remember what her name is. Like, how are you so confident? How do you think you can beat her? She's like, because I know. He's like, but why? And then her dad popped in. He was like, if she says she can beat her, she can beat her. Don't challenge that shit.
You trying to change her mind.
Trying to change her mind. And he tried to act like he was tripping. Like, hey, if I'm going to be interviewed, he was like, no, bro, listen to what he said. Listen to her. Because, bro, you trying to cloud her own judgment. You trying to make her insecure.
Put some doubt in there.
Put some doubt in her, bro.
Just because you can't see it.
Just because you can't see it, man.
I remember... So I was the hyperactive kid too. I remember my mom was having a meeting, like, you know, it's the parent teacher conference, and I'm in there too. And I can't remember exactly what my mom and the teacher was saying, but I could tell like it was kind of a tense conversation about me, like where the teacher was either saying I needed a certain thing or right, and it affected me so much that when we got into the hallway, I looked at my mom. I'm like, I want to be the president when I grow up. And like from that, I know that whatever she was saying in there, I felt like I needed to change or whatever. And my mom looked at me, bro, and she was like, "No, because they gonna kill you." And like, bro, I'm in this. It had to be like third, fourth grade. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, if I'm telling you it now, it stuck with me. Right. And she felt that way because my mom was born in the 50s. They did kill every black man that tried to stand. Yeah, they did. So that's how she really felt. But I don't know where I would have been or who I would have been if she was like, yeah, like, you gonna do that. Like, you can do that. Let's see how, you know what I'm saying? And push me towards that. But I'm saying that to say, like, bro, that it's so powerful. Words is powerful, bro.
Hell yeah, bro.
And to tie it into the PWI versus HBCU is that I would prefer you don't send them to the PWI. But if you do, make sure they equipped and grounded and have a foundation and who they are before they impacted or influenced by
facts.
You know what I'm saying? Anything else. Like, facts. You know what I'm saying? Because that's gonna sustain them, right?
Nah, for sure. I wanna close out with this. I think I seen Deontay Kyle having a conversation about like the importance of probably getting more students. Like, I think Shador Sanders went to a HBCU, right? Like, then Deion Sanders coach went, and it's like, all right, like, we have pool, and it really matters what the fuck, like, because like, again, like, we're useful, right? At the end of the day, right? So like, college players get paid now at this point in time, so dollars is gonna matter, right? You know, we're depending on what college you go to. If that college gets more funding, which the HBCUs should get more funding, right? Then they're going to get more spotlight, and then we'll get more different thoughts going into these schools, right? So it's just like that. Like, think about that at the end of the day. My bad. Go ahead.
I think so. What's crazy about that? I don't think one HBCU player was drafted this last draft.
Wow.
Right. And I know that's a big thing for our community. Like, we gotta go to the league to change our situation.
True.
Right.
Right.
And it's something called like the extended self-identity, where I'm not just worried about myself. I'm worried about anybody that look like me or connected to somebody that look like me. Mm-hmm. And because that's our goal, I think that's why we pass up the HBCU a lot. Because it's like, that's not going to get me there. But what you saying, and I hear, it's bigger than that though, bro. It's I ain't saying don't chase your dream, right? But it's like, you can still get to the league from the HBCU. It's probably a harder route and everything like that. But I'm for the people. Like,
no,
you know
for sure.
Like, so I feel like you got to live for yourself, of course.
Yeah.
But I feel like part of living for yourself is living for your people, doing things for your people. Like,
so
you know what I'm saying?
It comes to that too, because I believe he said something about like, you gonna see, okay, all right. So like, for example, of what we push, right? Mm-hmm. So like, we push negative music is pushed, right? Mm-hmm. We're not gonna push music that would have been like a Talib Kweli or a Mos Def or something that was positive, like early 2000s, late 90s type shit, because we know like they were talking about like conscious rap, right, which could benefit your whole community. We're gonna push, it's not like young boy shit, right? So it's like, if we know that this is like the status quo and we know that we need more people like this, then we're not gonna push damn it, his name was just there, what's bro that protested that took a knee?
Colin Kaepernick.
Kaepernicks, right? Mm-hmm. We don't want a bunch of Kaepernicks in the NBA, in the NFL, right?
Yeah.
It's over with, right? But we know, like, all right, like, hey, you came from a disadvantaged community. We know you want to bust down Rolly. We know you want that whatever car it is. You're not about to say shit about
reparations.
You're not about to say shit about nothing.
Inequality.
You might get your granny a house or something like that. You might do whatever the typical shit is, but you're not about to go try to change anything. You know, so like that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, it is important, like you said, to have different thought and think about your people, because it's like, my other thing is, bro, like, we get so hypocritical sometimes, and some things that confuse me, and I know we all over the place, but like, let's say like sometimes like we do get money, right?
We right where we need to be.
We right where we need to be. And then like I hear about, which does make sense to me, but I hear like certain people be like, hey, buy your block back, right? Which makes sense to me, right? But again, my thing is like, when is they gonna move the goalpost? Because we got something happening right now, I think in New Jersey, which is called eminent domain, right? So like, let's say like you got a granny, your grandma, like she might be 70, 80 years old, something like that. She owns the whole brownstone, like the whole building. She been had it. She been sitting on it. Like, I don't know what her job was, but she been sitting on that bitch since like 1970. And she was able to afford money to buy the whole building. And she got it for dirt cheap. Now the building is worth, she got it for, let's call it $1 million. And the building might be worth $15 million today's value. Some investor somehow is being able to legally steal the deed from right up under her. But we already bought the block, right? She already owned part of that, right? So what the fuck do you do in this case, right?
Like that's not the answer.
It's not the answer. I thought we were supposed to buy the block. And even in this example too, like, you know, y'all, like, we supposed to have businesses and everything, right? Like, but we keep getting shorted from like corporations. Like, I don't necessarily per se think like capitalism is extremely bad. However, there are some extremely bad qualities to it. I think like corporatism is horrible, because that's why you got Amazons and shit now, right? I just bought the Let Them theory like probably like 3 weeks ago. And I went to like, I think Barnes and Nobles with my homie John. And I just was telling him, I was like, damn, it was crazy, because I used to live in the Heights, and in the Heights there's this abandoned plaza, and it says Buckeye Bookstore. There's no building there. There's only the sign still standing. So like, I remember when I lived over there, I looked it up, like, and I don't even know how long ago that was, where there was when the bookstore was actually open. But it just got me thinking, like, bro, I'm like, how many fucking personal owned bookstores are there anymore? right? Like you gonna go to Amazon, you gonna go to Barnes and Nobles, you gonna go to Books A Million. You might go to Walmart or a Target or some shit. Right. But these are big box stores. You can't go to JC's bookstore and y'all tell us to be entrepreneurs, but then we getting cornered out of the fucking market because of this monopoly and shit, right? It's like, hey, who got what? We got 20 copies of that. JC only got 2. Come shop with us, man. We really the plug. So it's like, bro, like it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like I don't even have the numbers on this, but I'm like, shit, even the bullshit ass Interbelt that we got downtown Akron, bro, that cut through a whole goddamn neighborhood. My grandpa was telling me back in the day, bro, it was hella businesses lined up, black businesses on that street. I don't know what they were, so don't kill me or anything like that, right? But it's just like, bro, we get the businesses, we doing what the fuck y'all telling us is supposed to happen, and we're like, hey, them niggas making too much noise, or they shaking too much. Go ahead and shut that shit down. We're just gonna figure this shit out and nip this shit in the bud, because we can't let y'all get on equal footing, bro. Like y'all done did it with Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Y'all did it with Seneca Village in New York, and like these are real examples, like to where y'all done came in and flooded entire cities just to put a fucking park there. Like it's just it just be kind of like mind boggling. I'm not saying that it's hopeless or like there's never like any
but it's
you know
it's tough. It's some real shit you working against for sure.
Yeah,
it's not just as simple as do the work.
Nah, for sure, bro.
And then navigate the bullshit too.
And then now it's over. Nah, cause
don't burn out. Take care of your family.
Yeah, bro. Come on, man.
Be a good person. It's a lot that go into it.
Man, so I don't know if I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Do you have anything that you would like to add to conclude the episode?
I do have a question for you, right? Yeah. So, like in your time at the predominantly white high school, right? Do you ever feel like it caused you to like hate yourself or not like yourself or look at black people a certain way? Or
I can't necessarily say that too much. I know I have personal people in my life that I know it affected them more. However, I don't think necessarily that it made me feel that type of way because I don't know. Like I know Earl Sweatshirt got this line to where he'd be like, 2 black for the white kids, 2 white for the black. So I don't know if I was battling that at some point per se, or not really, because like I don't know if I told you this, but like when I was like a freshman going into my sophomore year, or maybe sophomore going into junior year, like I got a homie that ended up leaving Woodridge and he went to Firestone, and like I'm cutting hair already at this point, so like maybe I might be 2 years into cutting hair at this point. He coming back, you know, still getting his hair cut from me. I said, damn, G, what's going on, bro? He's like, damn, man, being a Firestone. He's like, shit, look at this, pulling up fucking rap battles between like Brandon Means and Way and shit, bro. And I said, y'all niggas be having rap battles? Like, I said, yeah, bro, it's up. Like I said, nigga, it looked like a movie over there, bro. Mom, can I? She like, nah, CJ. I'm like, damn, all right. So like, I don't think it necessarily made me per se hate myself because, bro, I still lived in a water fort surrounded by all black people, right? And it's so crazy about that because this you just made me think about something. After I graduated, which make you think like, how do y'all really look at us? But you ever been to the water fort?
Yeah.
Okay, bet. So like, this is just regular apartments, but there's a lot of black people that live there, or it was. I don't know what it is now, you know, because it's not Section 8 no more. But I remember when I graduated, it was this dude that went to Woodridge, and like we sitting at his house at this party, and he was like, yeah, man, I've been to the hood before. And I was like, what hood you been to? Because I'm genuinely curious. He's like, the water fort. I said, that ain't no fucking hood, bro. And I'm like, he lived downtown Akron, probably close to Clean Street. I'm like, it's more hood down here than it is. I'm like, bro, it's gunshots. You can hear gunshots over here.
Right.
I'm like, I'm like, man, come on, bro. So it's just like, nah, I don't think I personally, per se, felt like I was like losing, you know, any of my blackness. But to go back to that, it is crazy because you just reminded me of something random as hell. Like I probably had to be maybe 5th, 6th grade. Me and my dude Cameron is in English class or whatever, and I know like we could be hyper together sometime. So like I write this note and I said, be something along the lines of be cool, act like rich white people. Right? So like I'm like, hello, sir. It's like shit like this, but I'm like, where did that thought even pop in at my mind? Yeah. So I pass it to him, and my teacher see the note, and she's like, act like rich white people. Were like, what do you mean, Jamiron? And I was like, I don't know.
But it gets the people going.
So I'm like, I literally didn't know, bro. Like, I was like, I don't even know where the hell that came from, bro. Like,
I mean, at that point, all we seen was rich white people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we wouldn't even know how rich a rich black person
would have acted, bro. So I'm like, man, yeah, nah. Like, I don't think, you know, and I do thank God that I didn't lose myself because, you know, I definitely did see it happen to people realistically. And it's like, man, even, I know we were supposed to talk about this. Thank you for reminding me. But shit, bro, like there's this Netflix documentary out right now. I think it's called The Crash or something.
Okay.
So it's basically about this young white girl, she was from Strongsville, which was crazy. So like she deliberately crashed her car into a wall at 100 miles per hour to kill her boyfriend while she was in the car. But it was a young black kid in the back seat with them too. Like he was their same age. They all went to high school together. And like, I think he was adopted, predominantly white school again. Right. But it's like, damn, like if this was like, I'm not saying you can't be, this is not me saying by any means, don't take this out of context that you can't be friends white people, but if this wasn't your primary group of friends, would this have happened? Like, would you be alive right now?
Things. I think the same thing because I've seen it where black kids who have went to predominantly white schools are introduced to certain drugs early.
Lynn bias.
Yep, harder drugs. Yeah. Early, yep. So it's like, and shit, even in our city, like, you know what I'm saying? Sure. Where it's like, so I know somebody that went to a predominantly white high school and they were saying like, parents think they doing like the best thing for their black kids when they send them to there because it's going to be better schooling stuff, not knowing the other stuff you introduce them to.
Exactly,
like,
bro.
You know what I'm saying? The microaggressions.
Yeah, for sure,
the covert racism, like, you know what I'm saying? The just all the other things that come with it that might outweigh the education. Like they could have got that same education somewhere.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I've seen drug use be more like prevalent in black youth or that went to like predominantly white high school.
Cause that's, bro, like realistically, if you think about us, bro, like our drugs of choice, like, I mean, in every teenager, I'm not gonna say every, but like teenagers experiment. So like you might hit a cigarette, you might hit a mild, you might hit some weed, you know, right?
Take a sip.
Take a sip. But like we not about to snort no coke or nothing like that.
And heroin
and all like and like that's
usually not our
in our thing.
Now
like,
recently it's becoming that.
But like and then I know the most I seen, like I don't know if this is the same for y'all over there, but the most I seen was people like experimenting with like cough syrup and shit.
Yeah, right.
Right. As they got older. This wasn't no like middle school shit. This is like probably junior, senior year shit.
When I was in high school at Bookto, it was weed and alcohol. That was the top of the top. But I know people that went to Stowe and Copley and stuff, like it was people there already doing cocaine. Like
no,
like
literally
16 years old.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Which is crazy.
It's other things that you, especially like I said, if you don't send them there with that foundation.
Come on, bro.
It's like, oh, this is what we doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know. I don't have nothing to put against it. Like,
oh God, bro.
So.
It's so crazy. Now that you said that, I got in an argument with somebody under like a Shannon Sharp post probably like a couple months ago because he had this white comedian on there who basically his stance was like kids are going to have sometimes a rougher time at like private school versus public school. He was like, yeah, I mean, what, at a public school you might get beat up in the hallway, but at the private school, like this white kid is doing coke. And I was like, everybody has something hard going on in life. Yes, this kid is rich and well off, and they parents might be doing X, Y, Z, might be getting divorced, might be hitting on them, might be touching them. But like, people get touched on in the poor community as well. They have these different aggressions against them that this person might not have. You got to worry about, are you going to eat tonight? Type shit. So it's like, bro, like I just thought it was a very shallow statement. Somebody tried to argue me down about that. I'm like, what are we talking about here? And the person was black too. And I'm like, bro, you tripping. Because you know I'm not lying, bro. You know that we against poverty. You know that we against microaggressions. You know that like this person's parents could be on drugs or they could also be on drugs themselves at the end of the day. So it's like if you just using a stance of, oh, this person doing hard drugs, so the fuck what? I'm not saying that it's good by any means. You know, they shouldn't be, no child should really be subjected to anything, you know, because that's trauma. But it's just like, bro, how are we trying to like, what are we doing here, man? Like comparing that, like, because it's all fucked up. But it's like you can't say this shit is lesser than this because it's like it's so many layers to it,
could be
bro.
affecting them to the same degree.
To the same degree, for real. But
you ever heard of the ACEs?
Adverse childhood, for sure.
Yep. So it just made me think of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of kids in the Black community are experiencing those like on the daily. And that imagine experiencing those, right? Because bringing it back to Bookto real quick, even though Bookto had like its issues, it was still a family. Like, so our teachers was like our uncles and aunts, like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes mother figures, father figures, right?
That's tough.
So they treated you a certain way, even when you was in trouble, even, you know what I'm saying? So, so if you were experiencing those ACEs at home, right, it was still some love in Bookto, like it was some love somewhere. So imagine experiencing those and then going to a PWI in the morning. Like, they have no idea what you know what I'm saying? They can't relate to you at all. Like,
literally,
you know
bro. Yeah.
They wondering why you falling asleep in class and on your ass about it. And it's like,
you don't even know what this dude is.
Yeah, they was throwing a card party last night. Like, that's why. But so it's like, so it's definitely a give and take in a both and. But for me, I believe in doing the work at home and putting your kids around they people. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how I think it should go.
My last thing, and I don't even know where this young man went to school, but rest in peace. But I feel like the whole Kendrick Perkins situation, I forgot to mention that earlier, could have been avoided, right? And again, rest in peace to him. Sorry that happened. But you know, the young man
with the wrestling mat.
With the wrestling mat, right? So it's just like, if it's everybody's word against you and they can corroborate that story against you, then they gonna go with it. But then he's like, bro, you got this dude, young man, missing his organs and everything, and this, that, and the third, and then like somebody family work for the police station or the FBI and shit. It's just so many countless stories. Like even a black woman who had the sleepover. I don't know if you ever heard that.
Yeah, I did.
And then she ended up, I don't know, getting thrown off a balcony or some shit. They say that she was too drunk. This, that. I'm like, bro, what are we talking about here?
For sure.
It's so crazy, bro, because it's like you had to. I don't know if you ever seen this movie. I think the dude's name is Jason Mitchell, that played Eazy-E in Straight Outta Compton. He was in the movie, in the TV show The Chi for a second. Okay, so there's a movie called Tyrell, and I only seen a piece of it, but I got the gist of it. So Tyrell is basically a movie. It's Jason Mitchell and Michael Cera is his best friend, and he takes a weekend trip. He's the only black person there. They all grown. He take a weekend trip with his white friend, and like it's only all white people there. So, you know, they getting high, they drinking this, that, and the third, and it's like a thriller, you know, movie. And like I'm watching it, and I'm like, this is some scary shit. Like, because nothing necessarily happened. However, I've been in that scenario to where I was the only black person, and like I'm not familiar with what y'all doing right now. Yeah. So like y'all getting too drunk, y'all getting too high, and hey, let's go fucking kick in this. Like, you guys want to light this shit on fire? I'm like, wait, hold up, bro. Like,
how do we get here?
How do we get here? Like, you know, and I'm starting to panic and shit. Like, but like it's so crazy because I'm like, I can feel his emotion in the movie because like they starting to do off the wall shit that we don't per se necessarily do, and he literally starts to fucking panic. Like at one point in the movie, he's like, they like, come on, Tyrell, we're about to go do XYZ. He's like, I'll be out there in a minute. This dude got his book bag, put his shoes on. He start fucking just, he left, booking it, walking down the street without telling nobody. He's, help, like trying to find a car. And I think his friend pulled up. He's like, come on, bro. Like, and then he wake up in the morning. He was like, the fuck was that all about, bro? He's like, I don't know, bro. Like, so it ended up being unfamiliar, man. Unfamiliar. He went into a panic, but I'm saying, bro, like y'all think the shit is like far fetched, but that shit really be real. It's just really cultural differences. So like, black people, white people, man, like, just, I mean, it started at the house.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
like just be realistic, like, because we don't learn this shit from just out of nowhere. Like, just don't teach hate in the house. I'd say, like, and then shit, let's figure out a way to get these goddamn schools more diverse. Yeah. Like,
and I'll say one more thing, like, behaviors are learned, right?
Right.
So like, what I'm around, I'm more likely to end up doing. And there's certain things that are not culturally something we would do that we would learn in certain environments. So like, just to like combat that or alleviate that, I wouldn't put us in those environments. You know what I'm saying? It's just a. I'm not racist, y'all.
No, yeah, we good. I can't be racist,
bro. But I'm saying, like, I think what's best for black people is black people, like other black people. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we should all have certain values and stuff, because you can be black and still not be culturally black, if that makes sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can still pick up on other things. So yeah, I would say get around some good black people if you black, man.
Nah, for sure. And I mean, even to argue that point realistically, bro, like, obviously, like, I know you said you got to go to an Afrocentric school, correct me if I'm wrong, right?
Yep,
so
elementary
like,
school.
Yeah, perfect. So like, that don't mean that's having your best interest at the end of the day, right? Definitely. So it's like, and you still came up being able to like interact with white people at the end of the day.
Yeah, it was somebody that said that like we're the only community that get like bashed or attacked for like
ostracized for wanting to do that.
Yeah, wanting to for us by us.
Literally, because they not about to say that about
nobody else. Like they said, it's like, you know how it's a little China,
right?
Like in every
Italy,
little Italy and stuff like that. Like nothing like that for us. So it's like somebody got to do it, and it ain't gonna be nobody else. So it's like
perfect point, bro. Yeah, realistically. Man, I appreciate that. Appreciate you again, bro.
Sure.
Meet y'all new co-hosts, man. Y'all let's see us a lot more again, like at least once a month. This has been episode 3 of the Faith to Fear podcast, and we'll catch y'all next time.